Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
All right. This street sweeper is looking at what's going on. And you know, we tie a lot of streamers around here, so we thought we would change it up a little bit and tie something just a little bit smaller. This is a this is the Tiemco 2488 size 30. And I don't know if they still make this hook. We actually started selling the Gamakatsu Midge hook. I think it's I don't even remember the model number. Curtis will put something on here to show you. And we'll probably put that Gamakatsu hook in the recipe on this one. But, you know, these hooks aren't just made for show. We actually fish these quite a bit. If all of y'all didn't know, both Curtis and I have birthdays in February. For the past, 10 years, we've gone to the Green River in Utah to fish, midges on our birthdays. And we always have some size 28 to 32 flies, and there are times where they're basically trip savers. They catch fish for us. So anyway, we've already posted the Bunny Midge video. You've seen that. It's probably one of our most popular flies. It's been around for a long time, but number one, I think for a little while rabbit's feet were a little bit hard to get a hold of. I actually started just shooting my own. But when we got a new material in, or a few new materials in, I think that can help make this fly a little bit easier. All right, I'm just going to start my thread right behind the eye. And then for the trailing shuck on this, I'm going to use the Vivus body quill material. It's got basically 3 strands of fiber. One's a little bit thicker than the others. I'm actually going to trim those off before I pull them. Okay, and then I'll just wrap back and then back forward. Okay, so I'll trim the trailing shuck about the same size as the body. And just so you can appreciate how big this is a dime. Okay, so we're really working with a super tiny fly. So I've got my Trigger Point International fibers. It's a polypropylene blend of materials. It's really, really fine. And can be used for different mayflies or dry flies, or a parachute post, whatever it may be. But in this case, I'm using it as the whole wing of the fly. And so I'm basically going to take a clump of it about like this, and I'm going to lay that on the hook parallel to the hook shank and just make one wrap. I know it's kind of hard to see because my fingers are in the way. Try that again. One wrap and then maybe 2 more to secure it down. So we've got it tied down pretty well. Maybe a few thread wraps behind the eye. Now I'm going to just take this portion that's going over the eye and pull that toward me to kind of create a 90-degree angle to the hook shank now. And I'll take my thread now and figure 8 wrap that. Okay, so I've got it figure 8 wrapped, and I'm just going to get rid of some of this excess on the other side. And again, you get a whole bunch of material, so if you use longer fibers like this while you're tying this wing in, even though we're going to trim most of it off, it'll make your life a lot easier. Now what I'm going to do is just pull those fibers straight up and wrap around the base of these, kind of like a parachute wing, just 2 or 3 times, and that props those wings up at a 45-degree angle. Okay, now I'm going to put my thread in front of the wing, and I'm going to whip finish it. So we've got it whip finished. trimmed off. Now this wing I'm going to cut so that it's roughly the same length as the body of the fly. So I'll just pull both of those fibers straight up. And just trim it like that. Now as I tease it out, you'll see that, you know, those wings kind of are propped up a little bit. And the cool thing about this fly is that there's no bulk under the body. So this is a completely proportionate fly, even though it's a size 30. And if you do put head cement on this, make sure you just use a tiny, tiny microscopic amount so that it doesn't get all up in the wings. Also, there are a couple different types of floatants that I use with this. I'll use Loon Loxa floatant because it seems to really adhere well to the synthetic materials. And then sometimes if it's really cold, I'll use Loon Payette paste, so it's a paste that you can just kind of rub into the fibers of the wing, and it, as soon as that paste hits the cold water, it kind of sets up and it lasts a little bit longer. But you know, I usually do dress the fly after every fish, and the Gamakatsu version of the small hook is barbless. So you know, that's another thing. Pinch the barb before you fish this. It'll just make it easier for you to take it out of a fish's mouth. Anyway, there's a size 30 Bunny Midge synthetic variation.